Hello, welcome. This is the Let's podcast. And Let's is a nonprofit organization in Zambia combating domestic violence. Little tiny warning before we begin. This is a safe space. It's a movement. So many countless voices go unheard across the world. And we are trying to create a place that we can empower people, speak openly and honestly, learn new skills, and focus on topics that people might find difficult. We're going to have difficult conversations talking about different things like domestic violence, gender-based violence, mental health struggles, overcoming societal barriers, getting through challenges, and from people's different perspectives as well. We're going to have survivors' testimonies. We're going to be focusing on real life experiences, and we're amplifying these positive voices that we can have in our lives that we can learn from. And I just, it's just a warning really, so that you're aware of what you're going to be listening into. Things might be uncomfortable to hear, and things might trigger people. So with that in mind, I want you to know that you're not alone. So if you feel like this isn't a show you should listen to because of that, then don't. If you do listen and you feel like you could maybe benefit from speaking to somebody, or you want to share something with us, or you're seeking support, please reach out to us. You can get to us through our website, which is www.letsstoptheabuse.com, and you can reach us via WhatsApp from any country, or phone and text in the UK. The number is +44 74 95 33 88 30. You're not alone. We want to be here to support you, and we want to grow and learn from all of the experiences that are happening around us, and we want to let's be part of the change. While we are trying to become part of the change and changing the narrative, I just want you to be aware that Let is an up-and-coming service. So please, yes, do reach out to us. But just be aware that if you're in crisis, please do access the crisis lines in your area, because we are not a crisis support yet. So you may not get an immediate response. Thank you. Today we are joined by a wonderful guest who's passionate and dedicated. She is trying to change the narratives of faith and culture and love. She is very passionate about impacting others through her words. Please welcome our wonderful guest, Chomba Mkasanga.
Okay, thank you so much for inviting me to your show. My name is Chomba Mkasanga. I'm a writer and an entrepreneur that's based in Lusaka, Zambia. I don't know, would you like me to share a bit more?
Yes, please. Like where, maybe a little bit like where you were born, where you grew up, where you spent some time.
Okay, I was born in Livingston, but raised in Lusaka. So I spent, I think, the biggest part of my life in Lusaka. I'm the firstborn in a family of two. I've also lived in Tunisia for like a short period of time. And then eventually I ended up in South Africa, where I spent 10 years, and now I'm back in Lusaka.
That's a lovely little adventure it sounds like you went on.
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically me now.
So you were born in Livingston. Did you spend any time there?
No. I have no memory of it because I was just born, and I think maybe a few weeks later, maybe a month or so, Lusaka. So all my memories are related to Lusaka.
Oh yeah. I know how that feels. I was born in Harare, but I grew up in Lusaka. But literally just born there for the hospital and then back, back in those days, sometimes I used to go across the border to Zim. Um, so yeah, not far from Livingston actually.
Oh yeah.
Um, what did you do in Tunisia?
I just lived there. Like I wasn't actively doing anything. I think I had like a break from school because at the time I was at UNZA, and then that was the period that UNZA used to go through like a lot of closures, whatever.
Oh, right, okay, fair,
And
fair.
my mom was based there, so I went to go and spend time with her there. And yeah, I think maybe just change of environment from
nice.
Lusaka.
Yeah, that sounds really great. You mentioned that you lived in Joburg for about 10 years. What were you doing that side? It was a bit of your second home, I think you'd said.
Yes. I initially went to study, and then after my studies, I started working there in the media. I went to studies, like when I went there, I went to do something different, but I ended up working in a totally unrelated field. And then I decided to stay on because I think I enjoyed being in Johannesburg. But life can be unexpected. So there are certain reasons that made me want to move back to Zambia.
Yeah.
So I eventually moved back.
Amazing. And how are you finding it being back?
Initially, it was like a culture shock.
Really?
I had spent so much time away, and there was a period I wasn't visiting Zambia. So when I came, I remember the currency was different, or rather, not the currency, but the notes and everything. Because we used to use if you remember, the many zeros, and then now things had changed. And the place had developed so much, it just felt like I was, like I was in a foreign place.
Oh,
and then also, because I'd never worked, I think I spent the beginning of my adult life in Johannesburg, so I hadn't experienced it here in Zambia. So everything was kind of like a learning experience for me coming back.
wow. Like scary and exciting, but also wonderful. And I can imagine it must have been like, yeah, culture shock is probably the best example. When I hadn't been back to Zambia for ages, like over 15 years, and when I came back and there was all these bridges and like flyover bridges and malls in Lusaka, it's chock-a-block with malls everywhere you go. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, like even my sense of direction was a bit missing. Like trying to find my way to Kabalonga or Roma. From where I used to live in Chadley, I used to think when I was there, I was thinking I don't think I remember, because there was new built up roads and like roundabouts and stuff, isn't it? So no, yeah, I can relate. I can relate. So if we're looking back like over your life, what's a chapter of your life that you're particularly proud of, and why?
I think, let me see. There's a time, this is 2025, so it's like almost 10 years ago now. There's a time when I battled the health challenge that really, really tested me. And then that's the time I was in Johannesburg.
Okay.
So I was away from family, like totally away from family. It was just me and the family that I had made or gotten to know while in South Africa. So initially I used to experience like a lot of migraines, but the migraines weren't really like a red flag for me because I have problems in my eyes. So I didn't take it seriously, like, oh, maybe it's just one of those things. then a lot of body pains and just like changes, differences in my body. And then when I noticed that the medicine that I used to use for my migraines wasn't helping at all, I think that's when I started to get worried. But it's during that period I discovered that I had a lump in my breast.
Oh my God.
So remember the first day when I discovered, I don't think I have the right words to describe how I felt, but my heart just dropped. And then, like, I didn't tell anyone. I think maybe it was the shock, because I was also wondering what's happening to me or why me, and yeah. So I think that period was very difficult because it was not just, I was going through physical pain, emotional stress, as well as mental stress. So it was like everything in one. And it felt like, it's one thing to say something to people, but it's probably different for those who've maybe experienced it. They'll be able to understand just what they were going through. Yeah. So I think after the initial shock of discovering what was wrong, there was someone who I consider a mentor. So I think he was like a pastor. Him and his wife, those are the first people that I told before I even told my family. So this man just took it upon himself to like just to teach me how to be positive, and then like some days he would speak about it and it would be like it's just hitting a rock. But I didn't know that his words were getting to me. And so I took the route of maintaining a positive attitude. Because certain days were uncertain. Like some days you get up and then you're wondering, will I still be alive like maybe 3 years from now? Or, like there was so much going on in my mind. And then other days I'd wake up and just do the basics, like my house chores, and because at the time that's all I was able to do. And then there were days when I had strength and I was more positive. I could do a lot more. So I think I learned how to be positive, like no matter what the day looks like, no matter how you feel, just be positive and keep going. So it's only now when I look back that I'm proud of myself, because while I was going through it, there was so much. And yeah, sometimes it's not easy to see yourself getting out of a situation when you're in it. But only when you've gotten out of it, that's when you can appreciate.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's one moment that I'm proud of.
Wow. Thank you so much, Chomba, for sharing that. And I'm so happy that you've come through the other side, and you sound amazing. You sound like you're on a great path, and the way you talk about positivity even at that time is wonderful. It's wonderful to hear that, and it's so encouraging for people that might have experienced something like that. Just thinking about that time, did you go and seek medical advice with someone, or how did you decide to do anything?
Okay, well, I did seek medical advice, but I think the thing is, I was not able to tell. I had all these challenges. I was not able to tell. I think that's why before I go forward, we're always advised to have like breast examinations whenever I can. So it wasn't automatic for me to discover that I had this thing, but it was the pain and all those things that were going on. So I can't tell when exactly the lump appeared or when it started growing and all those things, right?
Yeah.
So when I discovered, I was in shock. And then like it took strength for me to now open up to my immediate family.
Mm.
And then now eventually seek medical attention. And I'm not a person that loves to go to hospital for anything.
Yeah.
But this case was different, yeah. So I just had to.
Exactly. Well done for going.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of strength and courage to be able to do that. So I'm really happy that you did. I'm really happy you did. And it's all clear, and you got an all clear, and
yes, I did. Eventually, but it was
Lord.
like, is it over a year?
Okay.
Of healing. Yeah. So for me, what happened was, it started to reduce, and then when it started to reduce, all the symptoms and everything else, the pain and everything, also started to reduce till it eventually just disappeared.
Thank you, Jesus.
And then I was cleared, yeah.
Wow. Amazing. Wow, what a wonderful story. Thank you for sharing. What a very hard situation, and it must have taken, clearly you've got a lot of strength and resilience in you. So thank you for sharing that. It's very encouraging. When you were, when your mentor was trying to teach you to be positive, you said sometimes it was like hitting a rock. Do you mean like he was hitting a rock with you trying to teach you positivity?
Yes, that's what I thought initially, right? Because it's like, because having a lamp, I think automatically just means that I don't like to give the lamp a name. So for me, I never called it breast cancer or anything like that.
Okay.
Right? So I prefer to just name it as a lamp. But automatically it would mean that you've got this condition that could potentially kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Or even if you do survive it, there's just a lot that's involved for you to survive. So when he would do that, use that approach with me, like the positive, it was like, how is this man able to tell me to be positive, but yet I'm going through such a thing? Yeah. But what I didn't know was, the more he said that stuff to me, the more it was going in, and then I started to apply it. And then when I started to apply it, I saw that even how I handled the situation started to improve. Mm-hmm. I became more positive. Yeah.
Amazing. How do you typically handle adversity or unexpected challenges?
I remember my mentor at that time would tell me that the things that I'm teaching you about being positive now are not just things to help you through this particular thing that you're going through, but it's something that you will be able to apply to like every area of your life, every phase, season, and everything. So I think that's the first thing. Like I try to be positive because some challenges come and then you're confident you're going to be able to handle them. And then there are other challenges that you've never experienced or even thought you would experience. So it's not like you have the answers. So I think the best thing is to be positive and resilient as well, because there are those challenges that are there and they won't go away immediately. They require you to face them head on. So for bigger challenges, I break them down like in the order of priority. Do what I can. And then if you need like external help, reach out to someone for help. Then I also give myself grace because there's certain things that I can't do right away. Or yeah. So I think it's a combination of both. Like give yourself grace when you can't do something, and then do what you're able to do.
That's really helpful tips there, Chomba. Thank you for sharing those. And yeah, I often have a conversation, often in different conversations. It's one of the tips that I also always try and advise people is what you just said, which is giving yourself grace, being able to sit in the moment, being able to sit with yourself and allow yourself some space to breathe and recognize that it's okay that you can't do something, or in this moment you're unable to achieve something. So it's similar to giving yourself grace, and I think it's a really great quality to have. And I also believe that it's a hard skill to learn. Some people in challenging situations can have quite derogatory thoughts about themselves if they're unable to do something or continue on with something or overcome certain obstacles. So do you believe that being able to give yourself grace is or be patient with yourself, because you described it taking a bit of time for the positive words from your mentor to kick in and take effect for you to start using them? Do you think that that's one of the skills that you utilize quite a lot?
I think yes, I think it is.
Yeah, it's
yes,
wonderful.
I do.
It's wonderful. What do you consider your greatest strengths, and like how have you used them to succeed? I think you've given a few examples already, but if you're happy to give us some more.
Okay. I think maybe one of my greatest strengths is empathy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm able to understand certain experiences, connect with people, and be able to understand certain experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because I also haven't had it easy. And then aside from that, there are certain things that I have shared about myself to others, and then I've noticed that they've maybe been a source of encouragement or something. So that's also a strength, because it's not always easy to speak about certain parts of your life, but if they're going to help someone, I think then it's for a good cause.
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree with that, and I use that skill myself quite often. You said that you haven't had it easy. What are you talking about? The particular chapter of your life where you experienced the lump and that challenge, or are you talking about something else?
I think just generally speaking, I've had a lot of situations that I've had to overcome in my life.
Okay. You sounded like you got shy then. Did you start smiling? I can
just generally
yeah.
Yeah.
I can cut things out, Chomba. I'm just because I can't see you, right? But it sounded like in your voice that you smiled and then you got like a bit nervous.
No, I actually did.
Yeah.
Did.
You're like,
I was trying to think of other things, then I realized, okay, it's just like a series of different experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Thank you.
So, what's something that you believe in strongly?
I believe in the power of faith and resilience. Because, I think growing up, I've realized that life isn't you can have it planned in one way, but it doesn't always turn out how you planned it. So you have to be open to certain things that may not be comfortable. And so for me, I believe in the power of faith and resilience to get me through all those unexpected moments, both the good and the bad ones. Because even the good experiences require you to navigate yourself in a certain manner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think you've shown a lot of resilience today, and the different things that you've experienced, and different aspects of who you are really shine through, and it's really encouraging. It's really encouraging for me to hear and see. Can I ask, what's a skill or area of knowledge that you're currently working on developing?
Right now, I'm expanding my skills in business development, digital strategy, as well as community building. So, yes, I think those are my areas of focus, because maybe my biggest passion is to be an entrepreneur, like full time.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the areas that I'm focusing on developing.
And is it something that you're enjoying?
Yes, it is, because I think maybe people that were entrepreneurs like from before didn't have much resources, like ways that they can learn. Maybe those days they focused on self-help books as well as experience. But these days we have a lot going on, especially like in the media world.
Yeah.
So there's like workshops and networking and just so much more. So so far it's exciting.
Yeah, it is. It sounds it. It sounds exciting. And you mentioned briefly before that you actually have a little business going around school,
Yes,
because around school, how's that? How's that been, like managing school and also having your little business, and also
it
writing,
has
because
its
you
challenging
also write.
moments.
Sorry.
Oh yes, I do. I do write. It has its challenging moments, because running a business, especially like in the past year, the year that we're coming from, I think that was probably one of the toughest years where business is concerned. So you have to learn, relearn, try this way of doing things. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you just have to strike a balance.
Mm-hmm. What's your business, if you don't mind me asking?
Um, I don't know how to describe it, a trader. And then I was also in the transport business. So I was
Brilliant.
doing two different businesses.
Okay, all right, that's great. Thank you. I feel so wonderful to be. I feel amazing to be part of your journey and just seeing what you're doing in your life. And I want to try and support you in every way that I can.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about your writing?
Okay. Well, I write. I've worked as a news editor before, a magazine editor. So I think that's where my main passion lies. And then I also write as a form of therapy for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's what I can share.
Mm-hmm. So I think you mentioned, it was mentioned in your, which I'll touch on. I'll ask you about in a second. Your Africa Women Achievers, or Women Achievers Africa team.
Yes.
You mentioned that you use writing as a tool for self-expression and recovery.
Yes, I do.
Do you want to tell us a bit about things you've written?
Okay. I own a digital platform called Afro Magazine. So for it, it's mainly focused on like it was a platform that when I started, I just wanted to promote African things So whether it was like an African entrepreneur, an African story, culture, just different things that are related to Africans. So yeah, that platform is basically for that.
What's the platform called? Sorry.
Then addition. Sorry.
What did you say the platform was called? Sorry.
Afro Magazine.
Afro. Oh right, yeah, Afro Magazine. I've seen it.
Yes, and then on my own personal I think I'll share the details with you like after this. But on my own personal page, I do write stories about faith, about resilience. So most of my stories are focused on like relatable experiences that different people go through. But then at the end of all of them, I'm always trying to show how people are able to overcome certain situations. And then, yeah, I think it's just the main aim of my writing is to encourage people. Mm-hmm. So most of my stories are focused on encouraging people.
And I haven't finished. I only recently just started Through the Chitenge Curtain.
Oh, okay.
That's something that you're writing or written. Do you wanna like briefly just say what that's about?
Okay. Okay, it's a love story, right? So in that story, it's speaking about. It's not just focused on the love aspect of the story, but it's talking about this girl that's from Kalikiliki, which is like I'm trying to think of the Zambian word, because in South Africa we would call them location. A compound, a shanty compound.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's from there. So she's grown up there, and then she hasn't gone very far with her school. And then one day, through like one of the neighbors or something, the mother's friends, she lands herself a job in Ibex Hill. So now Ibex Hill is like a posh area in relation to where she's coming from. Mm-hmm. So she gets to experience and see life differently. But then there are certain lessons like she's able to draw from her work as a maid there at that house. Then one day, her boss's young brother relocates back to Zambia from the US, and then they become close. So it's the love story, but it's more about also the challenges, like this girl coming from this background, this guy also coming from this background, but that doesn't prevent them from getting to know each other and then learning about the differences that exist between them, and in the end, ending up together. Yeah.
Amazing.
So.
Oh, you've told us the end.
There's a lot in there.
I'm still gonna read it, but you told us the end. That's I was hoping for a good ending. For me it wasn't a spoiler because I'm happy that they got together. Yeah, it's from what I've read, it's really nicely written, and the way that you deliver it chapter by chapter, isn't it? And it's I think I've enjoyed how you like release a chapter, and it's only a short read, but it allows people who have extremely busy lives, who are like, oh, I haven't got time, blah blah blah, to, do you know what I mean, to just sit down and take 5 minutes. I think your last chapter was only approximately a 6-minute read or something like that, wasn't it? Well, depending on how fast you read, but yeah, no, I think the way you're doing it, the way you released it is spot on. And can you tell people how they might be able to access that story, that book?
I'll probably have to share a link, but maybe the other option is just Google Chomba Mkasanga and then Medium, the word Medium, because Medium is the platform where I share. I've got a number of different stories there, so you'll be able to find them all.
Okay, yeah. And if you send me the link as well, then I can, if you don't mind sharing it, that would be really helpful.
Thank you.
So just because I've mentioned it before, do you want to just talk just briefly about your Women Achievers Africa? You did a spotlight, didn't you?
Oh, okay. Women Achievers Africa is it's an organization that's founded in Nigeria, and then we've got like branches in different parts of Africa, and the focus is to empower, to educate women, as well as like provide a platform where they can showcase what they do and possibly like network with people who may be interested in what they do. Yeah. So then we have awards that are coming up in July. That's our main focus. So the focus of those awards is maybe just to recognize the achievements of women, the things that women are doing in the different parts of Africa that make up the organization, and then for them to network like with the other African women, and then in the end, there are certain projects that have been nominated from the different countries. So possibly, maybe one or even more than one project will win an award and be funded. And then additionally, other smaller projects as well will be funded. So yes, that's the focus of the Women Achievers Africa group.
Amazing. I was recently on there. I think I started following them on Facebook some weeks ago. That's great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing that, Chomba. Can I ask one last question?
Yes, please.
What are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for family. I think for my family and friends, because those are the people who are my anchors, cheerleaders. I think they've been a voice of reason like in different seasons of my life. And then also in my most challenging moments, I'm reminded why I have to keep going, because there's this person and there's this person. Yeah. So I think that's what I'm grateful for the most.
I can relate. And yes, we are so blessed to have people in our lives. I love how you said your anchors and cheerleaders, voices of reason in different seasons. Oh my gosh, I love how you put that. Just rolls off the tongue so nicely. Chumba, oh my gosh, it's been so wonderful getting to know you. You are an absolute inspiration for me, for other women out there, what you've experienced and gone through, but the things that you're continuing to do in your life right now, which is continuously empowering and encouraging women, building resilience and teaching skills and openly and honestly talking about yourself and even the dark moments that you've navigated through in your life. So thank you so much for coming on the show, and I can't wait to meet you in person. Next time I'm in Zambia, I'm 100% we'll catch up and meet up and have some girl time. It would be great to see you.
Thank you so much. It's been an honor speaking to you, and I'm happy that I've gotten to connect with you as well. You're also an inspiration to me.
Thank you so much, Chamba.